Hey guys, BradM73 here. Today is August 12th, 2016. Giant Software has just released the new Farming Simulator official Gamescom trailer. So without further ado, here we go.
Peggy 3.
Okay guys, well there you have it, the official Gamescom trailer. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Hit the like button if you loved the trailer. Hit the dislike button if you hated it. But I'm going to take a look. We're going to do a shot-by-shot look at each of these scenes here. And I'm just going to kind of give you my impressions on what we see. So here in this first shot, looks like we've got a river, we've got the train bridge over to the left, some nice scenery in the background. Looks like there's a little road off in the background, a small house. We've got this red building. It looks like it says Maplefield Pool, but it doesn't really look like a pool. It looks more like a granary or something like that. And then just to the right of that, we can see what looks like a small silo or some type of a storage container. Who knows what it is? Back in the tree. So on to the next scene. Okay, so here we've got another view of the barn that we saw in the first gameplay trailer. At the top you can see some, looks like bale rolls. I would guess that this is probably some type of a selling point, but being that we have a tractor with a tipper on it coming out, maybe it's like a grain drop-off. We just don't know yet. Looks pretty cool though. We've got the chickens in the front. What looks like a little feeding thing in the center there, and our little chicken coop on the right. Not too much else to see. On to the next scene. Okay, here we get a good look at the cows. Got a cow fairly up close there on the right. These look primarily like beef cattle, but they're probably just going to be processing milk. We don't really know for sure if we're going to be able to sell the cows for slaughter. I believe we are going to be able to sell the cows for a profit, though. So that's something that's important to consider. And hopefully we'll get more news on that this coming week at Gamescom. But got a nice little, looks like the cows are fairly close to the town, which wouldn't really make too much sense because I'm sure residents would probably complain about, you know, the smell, the manure smell. That seems to be kind of a common issue just in the world in general. But I don't know, I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. So on to the next scene. Okay, so here we've got a New Holland tractor. It's pulling a trailer with pigs. So this is an example of how you transport your pigs to the piggery or to your pig farm. We've got a Joskin manure spreader out there. It looks like it's a Fendt tractor pulling it. We've got several buildings in the background, and definitely we can see the pig pens up there. Trees everywhere. Hopefully we'll be able to chop all those down in the name of forestry. And here, from a continuation of the last scene, we've got just another view of the pig farm with their little pig houses And we've got the Goldcrest Pacific Grain. I'm assuming that's probably going to be a drop-off point or a selling point in the background, as well as those mountains. Look at those big, beautiful mountains. I don't know if Giants has really had a big mountainous map prior to Farming Simulator 13 before. But this map looks awesome. I'm really looking forward to playing it. And on to the next scene. Here we've got another shot of the Goldcrest Northern Lodge. We actually saw a screenshot of this, about a week ago? So nothing really new here, just a little bit more movement. But still, cool screenshot. Okay, next up we've got a shot of a semi-truck, which is unidentified at this point, hauling what appears to be an animal trailer. I'm going to say that this is probably for maybe one, either hauling larger quantities of pigs, but more likely this might be for transporting cows. In the background, we've got that grain facility, we've got a diner, we have a stop sign, which is absolutely unbelievable. We even have a person walking down a sidewalk. Whoa! And then it looks like we've got a mall sign over on the right. You can see kind of behind the tree. It looks like some houses. So it looks like we're driving the cattle through the town here. In this next shot, we've got basically a flyover of a house where it looks like they've got a really nice deck and some lawn chairs and some swimming pools down to the bottom left. But mainly just your, run-of-the-mill town. It looks like there might be a post office off in the distance. Tons of American flags everywhere, so you know it's America. And then off in the background, we've got several different fields. Looks absolutely beautiful. Again, trees absolutely everywhere. I think it'll be fun if we can just come into town and just raise all the trees with our forestry equipment, make all that money. I think that'll be really hilarious if we can do that. But it looks like fun. A very nice view of the city. We've got a train bridge way off to the left as well. We kind of saw a screenshot of this before, but now we get to see it in motion. We've got the Stanley Cakery off to the left. We've got, I can't read exactly what it says. There's a waffle place, something else in between that. We've got the basketball court on the right, and we can actually see the basketball. We'll be able to go and pick that up, throw it through the hoops, have some fun. Also looks to be kind of a park off on the other side of the intersection there with a statue. Don't really know what that means. We've got the Maplefield Pool building off to the left in the distance again. And again, those beautiful mountains and all those trees. That actually looks amazing. Next up, we have more forestry equipment. We can see the Ponzi Buffalo over on the right. Hopefully the Scorpion will also make a return. The trees definitely look different. They looks like they have a lot more branches. They look a little bit more organic. And we also have the JCB, which is a tracked vehicle. And we've got, looks like it's going to be cutting down some trees. So, looks like we'll be able to use the little JCB, so who knows, maybe we won't get a Ponzi Scorpion. I really hope we do. I think we will, but thinking and not knowing doesn't mean that that it'll actually be true. So, I don't know. On to the next. Oh my gosh, here we can see a tree falling on us. Nothing really special. Okay, here we've got another tractor. I think this is the stair. Something called a turbo saw. Can't really see exactly what it is. Off in the distance, we've got the bridge going across the river there and more fields. Again, very beautiful scenery. And here we get our first shot of the drivable trains. I don't see a little guy in there, so hopefully we can actually drive these things. But again, these will be moddable. And so you'll be able to maybe switch out the type of engine and maybe even change the way the cars look. We don't really know yet, but we do know those will be moddable. So here we have that Mayfield Pool building again. And we've got the train pulling up to the Mayfield Pool. We also see on the right, looks like a place where we can actually drive a tractor up. So maybe this will be kind of a place to pool all of your grain instead of just outright selling it. That's just me speculating. Don't know for sure. Hopefully that's the case. And then here is another shot in the trailer. We've seen this before in the screenshots, so nothing really too, too exciting. There is a piece of equipment. Looks actually like the front of a combine down in the bottom right, and it looks like this is the quote central transport hub. Beyond that, don't know what it means. And here's the central transport hub again with the train, just barely visible. You can see the last car in red. More foresty trees and a big wheat field. Here we see another shot. It's similar to what we've seen before in the previous trailer and in screenshots, just the sunflower field. Here we have a Massey Ferguson 7347S combine in the background, a Valtra tractor, and a Metaltech PP20 overloader trailer. And thankfully, we've got the Case Axial Float 9230 combine, and as we can see, we've got dual wheels on it. Definitely cool. Next up, we've got the New Holland SP400F, which we saw in the previous trailer. And we get the JCB Fast Track, as well as the small tipping trailer that we're all used to. The Massey Ferguson combine behind that looks like it is... I'm not actually sure what that's harvesting. It almost looks like maybe soybeans, but there's big leaves on it, so maybe this is what the sunflower crop looks like when it's all dried out. I don't know. There's a really nice gazebo behind that, and again, we can see some beautiful fields in the background through the trees. I definitely love how much more realistic this map looks. I'm very impressed so far. But JCB, guys, JCB! We're getting JCB! I'm so excited. And another thing that I was really keeping my fingers crossed for was that Case Quad Track. Love those big tractors. We also have, again, that Massey Ferguson 7347S Activa, finishing up a row of, looks like wheat. And the New Holland CR1090 makes its grand return from Farming Simulator 15. Looks about the same. Doesn't really look too much different. However, you never know. I'll have to compare them and actually do model by model comparisons, because supposedly the new models have been updated, so that's pretty cool. So we'll just have to wait and see when the game comes out and do some comparisons then. And here we've got two different overloader trailers overloading into a central semi-truck. This is probably kind of what you'll be doing more in multiplayer instead of actually, doing this in-game. But just pretty cool, kind of showing what you can do if you set your mind to it. Also, looks like there's a white tractor off in the distance. We don't know if that's a Lamborghini or maybe one of the other models, but there it is. You can see it. And again, absolutely beautiful scenery. Looking forward to it. And here we've got the Goldcrest Pacific Grain Company offloading a bunch of grain into the train. So my method of thinking is that these different grain buildings, these different transport company buildings, might be a way to take your grain there in order to transport it to a selling point, or maybe transport it to another area where you can pick it up again and put it into your silos. We don't really know exactly how that's going to work yet, but I think it's pretty cool that you can load and unload the grain from your train. Looking forward to seeing what it has to offer. And here we have another shot of the Goldcrest Pacific Grain Company with the train leaving. We also have a truck. This truck actually looks a little bit more detailed, so this may be drivable, especially considering it's pulling some type of trailer. We don't know what the trailer means. It doesn't look like a fuel trailer. It looks more like a tool trailer of some kind for repairs. So maybe a tractor will break down in the field. We don't know. We'll have to come and repair it. That would be super awesome. Still don't know if that's going to be a game mechanic. I'm just speculating, and I would doubt it, but here's me keeping my fingers crossed. I just pointed out because we've never seen in-game vehicles pulling trailers. So this leads me to believe that this is probably a buyable truck, a buyable trailer of some sort. I just don't know what kind of trailer it is. And then we've got a screenshot of the train speeding along the track. Nothing really new to see here. Just another great shot with the sunset, or is it a sunrise? Looks more like a sunset. We've got the wheat field over on the right or left, and trees on the right. And here we've got a dual wheels tractor. I believe it's a Challenger. We can't really see it very much from this angle. And then what looks like a cultivator. I can't see a brand on it as it's folding down, but there you have that screenshot. And again, here we have another shot of the same tractor and cultivator. Looks like it's a Carrier XL 825. Looks like it's doing some cultivating on a field, prepping it for the next planting. In the background, nothing really new. We've got our what I believe is our main farm off in the distance. I can see the top of a combine. Looks like it might be a Massey Ferguson, but I'm not 100% sure. And again, just more beautiful scenery. Look how big this map looks, though. Like you can see the mountains off in the distance to the left of the tractor, and then on the right side of this image, way off in the distance. Definitely gives the appearance of a much larger map than what I'm used to. And here we see yet another shot of the Challenger. It's definitely a Challenger. It's the MT975E with the Amazon Condor at 15,001. I cannot wait for this combo. It's definitely going to speed up seating. I'm going to buy this sucker as soon as I can, as early in the game as I can, and make the most use of it as I possibly can. This definitely looks quite a bit different. If you look at the tracks on the wheels, look a little bit firmer than they have in the past. And actually, from this view, the field texture looks a little bit different. Now, I don't think it's going to actually have any relief texture, meaning, if you got down close to the ground and looked across the texture, I don't think it's going to look bumpy. But from this angle, it definitely looks much more improved than what we've seen in the past. So, thumbs up, Giants. I'm getting excited. And we've got just another shot. It does not look like it's a Challenger. It could be a JCB. It's probably a Challenger of some kind. We can't see the tractor. Maybe we'll get an alternate shot of it here in a second. It looks like there's potentially like a dam on the upper left side of the screen. Can't really see it too well. We've got the back end of the Condor planting there. We've got the central transport hub and the train sitting there, either offloading or loading. We don't know. And in the distance, there's a little blue, looks like a cultivator, and another yellowish, I think, tractor pulling it. Hard to really see from this angle. Here we've got another shot of the New Holland CR1090 with a hired helper in there. Or well, we don't know if it's a hired helper. It could be a player avatar. We don't know. He does look different than some of the other characters that we've seen, so I think that's our second male character that we've seen in game so far, so definitely cool. And here we've got the Case 9230 Axial Flow once again. Glad to see he's back in it looks like he is harvesting corn. Next up, we've got the New Holland sprayer. Nothing really new to see here. Looks like he's just spraying some wheat or possibly barley, but I'm going to go with wheat on this one. And then in the final shot of the trailer, we have another character looking off into the sunset. We've got that red truck there again, a Valtra tractor. If I pull out just a little bit further, you can see that that red truck definitely has the same trailer on it that we saw earlier in this video. And I'm pretty much convinced at this point that that is going to be an in-game buyable truck with a trailer. And who knows, we might actually have a use for the truck, unlike in previous years where it was just kind of there to drive around and, maybe look cool. I never used it that much, but other people supposedly did, so who knows. But that's it for the trailer, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, if you love the trailer, hit that like button. If you hated it, hit the dislike button. If you want to just share your comments about it, leave your comments down there, guys. I will be happy to respond as I get them. I'm getting excited to hear more. We're going to have tons of news coming out next week at Gamescom. I believe it goes from August 17th to the 19th, so stay tuned for that. I will have news for you guys as it hits. I'm Bradham73. Bye for now, guys.